नमस्कार. डेम्पो हेल्थकेअर प्रस्तुत आणि स्वर्गीय श्री विश्वासराव डेम्पो यांच्या यादीन अलर्ट, ॲक्टिव्ह अँड अलाइव्ह ॲट 100 या कार्यावळीत तुमचे स्वागत. असे म्हणतात की टाईम अँड हेल्थ आर बेस्ट एक्नॉलेज्ड अँड एप्रिशिएटेड वेन दे आर लॉस्ट. जेन्ना वेळ आणि स्वास्थ्य हातांतल्यान निसटून वता तेन्ना आमकां ताजो वालोर कळटा. आणि म्हणूनच आमच्या हातांतल्यान आमचे स्वास्थ्य राखपाची आपले आरोग्य जपपाची वेळ वचू नये, निसटून वचू नये म्हणून आम्ही तुमच्या बरोबर असतात दर शुक्रारा रातचे 9:30 वरांचेर प्रुडंट मिडियाचेर ऑन अलर्ट, ॲक्टिव्ह अँड अलाइव्ह ॲट 100. आमच्या बरोबर असतात डॉक्टर दिगंबर नाईक. नमस्कार डॉक्टर. वेलकम टू द शो. Dr. Digambar Naik has been recognized as one of the 50 pathfinders of the Indian healthcare industries. A renowned heart specialist, he has published a book, Alert, Active and Alive at 100. And in that book, Doctor, you have elaborated about how health of the mind is as important or maybe as very crucial to maintain the health of the body. मनाचे स्वास्थ्य कितले गरजेचे आसा आपल्या शरीराचे स्वास्थ्य राखपाक हे ह्या पुस्तकान बरयल्ले आसा. आणि ह्या पुस्तकान वेगवेगळे विषय मांडिल्ले आसात ज्याची चर्चा आमी दर भागान करतात. ह्या पयली जे भाग जाल्ले आसात आमी वेगवेगळ्या विशयाचेर उलयली, मनाच्या स्वास्थ्या बद्दल उलयली, लायफस्टायल चेंजीस बद्दल उलयली. आणि ह्या चर्चेक वचच्या पयली आमी दर भागान एक प्रश्न हाताळटात जो आमकां पळोवपी आमकां विचारतात. आमचो व्हॉट्सॲप नंबर असा 8408897337. ह्या नंबराचेर तुम्ही व्हॉट्सॲप करून मेसेज घालू शकतात, आपले प्रश्न विचारू शकतात. पण आमकां अशें कळून आयला की तुम्ही ह्या नंबराचेर फोन करतात विच आर डॉक्टर कॅनॉट आन्सर बिकॉज इट इज नॉट हिज फोन नंबर. सो आय सिन्सियरली रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबडी टू सेंड अ मेसेज सो दॅट वेन ही गेट्स टाइम ही विल आन्सर. दर विकान आमच्याकडे हजारांनी प्रश्न येतात आणि त्यापैकी जे इम्पॉर्टंट असतात तातूंतले एक प्रश्न आम्ही वेचतात. तर ह्या विकान जो आमकां दिसलो की एक इम्पॉर्टंट प्रश्न आसा अँड विच इज व्हेरी कॉमन अँड विच हॅज टू बी एड्रेस्ड इलॅबोरेटली. डॉक्टर, अ पेशंट ऑफ 45 हॅज आस्क्ड about constipation and how he can get rid of the constipation. कॉन्स्टिपेशन हो जो प्रकार असा इट्स व्हेरी कॉमन. आम्ही सहजच उलोवन वता पण ताजी ग्रॅविटी कितली आसा ती खूप जाणांक कळना आणि म्हणूनच आम्ही ओवर द काउंटर कितें पिल्स घेतली, वखदां घेतली, कितें चूर्णां घेतली आणि तशें करून आम्ही निभावन वता पण ताजो त्रास मागीर जावं शकता. सो I think in this episode we should elaborately talk on this particular symptom which has now become an ailment. It is an ailment. So I think I would request you to first define what is constipation. जे सहज आम्ही म्हणतात न्ही म्हाका कॉन्स्टिपेशनचो त्रास आसा तो नक्की कितें त्रास आसा या बद्दल तुम्ही कितें सांगू शकता?
Practically प्रत्येक मनीस, almost everybody who you tend to see, almost more, I would say everybody, somebody will come with loose motion also. 80% of the people start complaining, I have the problem of constipation. And jenna तांचे कडेन वता न्ही, what do you mean by constipation? तेन्ना different answer मेळटा. आता constipation खंयच्या हेका म्हणपाचें? पयलीं म्हणजे what is constipation is important for us. एक sentence I want to say. The health of gut, आमचे digestive systemaचे health will reflect our overall health. Most of the diseases, in fact lots of these diseases including diabetes today we know is related to the health of our gut.
Very true.
Gut म्हणजे कितें? right from the mouth to the anus. Okay, सबन वाट हेल्दी उरूंक जाय. आता आमी एक पळयता पावसान व्हाळ पळयता आमी न्ही, व्हाळांतसून उदक व्हांवता. ते जर उदक हांगा साकून येता आनी तें जर कंप्लिटली दर्याक वचसर सारकें जर व्हांवत आसत कितें उरता सांग? क्लीन उरता. आनी त्या उदकाचो म्युजीक तर आमी आयकळ खळखळ खळखळ करून उदक वता तें इट्स ब्युटिफूल. बट एका खांचीक खंयच्या तरी खांचीक तें उदक अशें सायडीक वता, व्हाळ तो बांदलेलो नासता न्ही, सायडीक वता आनी थंय स्टॅग्नेट जाता. स्टॅग्नेट जातकूर कितें जालें? इट बिकम्स डर्टी. पोनाक तर हात घालत you will find all the organisms in the world there. Fungus येतलो आनी कितें येतलो व्हांवता उदकान fungus येना. So all these things is just because it should be flowing. Exactly त्या व्हाळाचे कंपॅरिजन आमी आमच्या गटाक दिवया. आमी जेवणान तोंडान सगळें घालतना कशें घालता जेवण सगळें वतना तोंडानसून भितर वता. And then it moves from the stomach, from the mouth to the esophagus, to the stomach, to the duodenum, to the jejunum, to the ileum, and then last it goes into the large intestine and thrown out through the rectum. Natural process an कितें जाला? This is called peristalsis. हांवें एकदा गिळे खायना हांगा देखून इसोफेगसान हळू peristalsis करत ते फुडें वता. पोटान एकठांय जाता. पोटान सारकें churn जाता. Pot stomach really contracts violently. Churns it, mix it with the digestive juice, and pot म्हणटा ते कितें is a volume न्ही. Gut म्हणटा ते कितें is a small tubes म्हणजे आनी ते आसतना अशें चेपटे आसता. पोटान अशें व्हॉल्यूम कसो आसा ते एसीड भितर मिक्स सांगता म्हणून पोटाक सारकें नेटान कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन जाता पोटान. व्हेरी स्ट्रॉंग कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन्स एंड ते चड हे जाले डायजेस्टीव ज्युसीस येता गॅस्ट्रीक ज्यूस हायड्रोक्लोरीक एसीड ऑल दॅट थिंग कम्स इनसायड and then it is very well digested and thunsun magi duodenum gale and thunsun a peristaltic movement म्हणतात which is a natural movement of the intestine is all through till it is thrown out of the rectum.
Right.
When we go for thrown out processes also has got a peristalsis which is called mass peristalsis. When you go and sit on a commode, you are not aware about it, but just sit there, then the mass peristalsis starts. And then you throw out all the waste and then come out. It's like your sewage system. आमी आमचे घर आसा न्ही घरान कितल्योश्योच वस्तू हाडटा नुस्तें हाडटा भाजी हाडटा कपडे हाडटा भुरग्यांच्यो कितें वस्तू हाडटा खावपा स्वीट्स हाडटा हे सगळे हाडले काय ना यू यूज देम फॉर यू एंड तेज्या नंतर कितें जाता सांग समथींग इज ऑलवेज वेस्ट. Can you imagine if you can keep that waste in your house for 3 months? Garache health pit there.
Right.
Amche health pit there. There'll be all sorts of infections and all sorts of problems. Exactly the same thing happens in our system.
Right.
Ami khata javan, our body is smart enough to take up just what is required, and whatever is not required will come into the rectum and will be thrown out. Any block in this process, खंयूय कितें block जालो, slow जालो, fast जालो is a disease न्ही.
Right.
Block जालो, intestinal obstruction, you are gone. Slow जालो, you end up into constipation. And fast जालो, you end up into diarrhea. Okay? So पहिली म्हणजे normal flow जाय. Okay? ताज्या बरोबर normal flow कसो येतलो? This is what we have to say. ताज्या पयलीं I have to answer your question. Constipation कित्याक घेता ते? Constipation हांव केन्ना म्हणटलो पेशंटाक I asked him how many times he gets in a day. Sometimes normal मनशाक एकदा नाल्यार दोनदा संडास जाता. तीनदा जायत नाल्यार it's not normal. Intestine is working too hard. They'll get exhausted. Once or twice or once in 2 days. If it does not get a motion in 2 days, I would label that as a constipation. So normal would be once or twice or once in 2 days. Okay, this we should consider as a normal. Okay, that's number one. And then when he passes, whatever is there inside is gassy, is everything he should be able to pass out when he gets that motion. Okay, and there should not be the smelly things into his intestines. He will keep on passing gas continuously. Gas तयार जाता न्ही. Our large intestine will give rise to two major gases, indole and scatol. Okay, so they keep on happening. So he'll throw it out, but they should not be smelling badly. If it is smelling badly, that means it is stagnated for too long a time. Okay, so this is constipation. हाका लागून कितें जाता because of this. Everyone says I am getting a headache because I am constipated. Okay. You are getting a headache because you are constipated. Because you are constipated, you are getting some problem which then give you the headache. I'm mudlo point chukta kidetri jata said something else which is happening. Abdomen is distended, diaphragm is shut up, oxygenation is less, and then you will get headache. Directly intestines are not connected to your head.
Right.
Okay, so
and why they are constipated, that also needs to be checked.
Definitely. We'll come to that. We'll definitely. We are still trying to define constipation. एका लागून कितें जाता मागीर ब्लोटिंग जाता मातशें. Okay, he finds it difficult to difficulty in motion, hard motion. पहिले आमी टाइम पळयलो. दुसरे consistency कशी जाय, एक soft consistency which easily goes out. If this motion is hard, then he will have constipation. Then if he has to strain to pass stool, force करचो पडलो नाल्यार, which is also a part of a constipation disease. कितें जाता सांग, force करचो पडलो नाल्यार he will end up with piles and fissures. Okay, force आणि stiffness घट जावप म्हणजे piles and fissures जाले. Okay, and then because of that bloating he has many more complaints. He is not comfortable, especially elderly. By the time they are retired and all those, they've got so much of attention on the intestines.
Right.
Their main complaint is their stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, when we say stomach, common man calls this portion as a stomach, whole abdomen as a stomach. When we talk about a medical doctor, he'll talk, stomach means one part of the intestine.
Right.
We call this as an abdomen. But konita maje potan dukhtha, we should also know that what he relates to is abdomen. Okay, so this is one part of it. Now, why should he get constipation? Constipation jata as ortha, there is something wrong with your system. And it is not one system, all the systems.
Right.
There's something wrong with your system is one, and there will be something wrong with your system. It is cause as well as effect. Constipation dala because of some cause, constipation lagun aning problema zatli. So this is what we have to realize. आता ही प्रॉब्लेम कसली कशी जाता. सो कॉन्स्टिपेशन म्हणजे कितें पयलीं म्हणजे आमी पळय नॉर्मली आमचे इंटेस्टायन कशें आसूंक जाय. नॉर्मली GIT मिन्स गॅस्ट्रो इंटेस्टायनल ट्रॅक. जेन्ना GIT म्हणटा तेन्ना आय रिफर फ्रॉम माउथ टू द एनस, होल एरिया. नॉर्मली कसो आसूंक जाय, वी ईट थ्रू द माउथ न्ही, जितून सलायवा आसता. वी हॅव सलायवा. Saliva is a digestive juice, and the food has to be mixed up well with saliva.
Right.
एका कितें करचें पडलें सांग आमी, proper
chewing.
biting, chewing. Okay, till it is converted into almost like a paste,
Right.
and then it is well mixed with saliva, and then it goes down into the
So mastication in your mouth is
important.
the first step of digestion.
Minimum, a simple vastu the samudaya, I would say minimum you must take 20 minutes to finish your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. Minimum 20, you can take longer than that. Because it depends a lot of things. People who eat fast end up in eating more food, and they ending up with
Right.
obesity. Okay, so then it enters the stomach. In the stomach it gets mixed up with all the stomach enzyme, gastric acid. I won't give you all those. It is not just 5-6 enzyme that we have been studying in our schools. There are thousands of different enzymes and endorphins and chemicals which have been detected today and which are responsible to play a role into a healthy gut. So important that it gets churned up again further, it gets mixed up with gastric juice and all those, and then it enters slowly it starts entering in the duodenal part. At the duodenum, then you have a bile acid coming up, bile ale from liver. So the health of your liver is important, okay,
Right.
for your constipation. Then here is your pancreas. So anything wrong in the pancreas, and they come out and pour it through a small duct. So any problem there will give you will interfere with the working of the gut, and then the whole intestine, which is such a complex organ.